All right, so I'm sure most of you already know this because you're experiencing this on a daily basis. But what if I told you that 90% of league professionals waste at least 5 hours a week on things that could be automated? Hello, 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 and welcome to Cass Loves Tech. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. I am so happy to have you. If you're one of my loyal subscribers, welcome back. I am so happy to see you again. Now, this video and the next couple of videos involved are going to be just slightly different because I'm working on a special series for all of my fellow legal assistants and professionals that are struggling with the case management systems that their firm uses on a daily basis. So for my legal assistants and paralegals or legal professionals that are struggling with the legal system that your firm uses on a daily basis and want to make your workday just a little bit easier, this series is specifically for you. Whether you're buried in emails, constantly switching tabs, or just tired of doing the same things the long way, I've got you. In this video, I'm going to be sharing some of my favorite legal tech hacks that I use all the time. And honestly, they've saved me so much time and stress. And I feel like it will be just the same for you. So grab your coffee or your tea and let's jump in. My first hack, it actually involves email templates. All right, so here we are inside of Clio, and I'm sure you're probably wondering, why am I showing you Clio Grow instead of jumping right into the automation? And it's because there's levels to this. And I don't want to just show you an automation without going over some of the basics first, right? And so aside from there being levels to this, the reality is that most legal professionals waste about 3 to 5 hours a week retyping the same emails. And I chose to come into Clio Grow because I wanted to show you guys how you can set up canned email responses inside of Clio Grow to be able to automatically send replies or send messages for certain situations. What Clio Grow does that I think is pretty cool is that they have a series of emails that you can already send out that pretty much come with the system. And so if you're a part of a firm and they tell you to do some of the basic things, you already have some of these things already in here. But if you wanted to take it a step further and let's say set up something to be able to send a follow-up email for an initial consultation, or you want to be able to send a series of emails and just have the templates already there so that you're not saying or reinventing the wheel every single time and you're speeding up your time with sending out emails, you can actually create some email template types here by going into the settings and then going into communication templates. Once you're inside of communication templates, you'll scroll all the way down to where it says other email templates, and you can actually add a new one. Now, I mentioned this before, but they do have some here for forms, for documents, a couple of ones for reminders, for appointments, but they don't really have anything specifically to follow up with a lead to get them to book an initial consultation, or specifically if you're responding to a request that an attorney sent out, which this instance is actually going to be focusing on that. So I set this up for us already, and you'll see here that the way that it's set up, I just put the title as follow-up lead initial consultation, and then it says meeting with Attorney Smith. Inside of the email, it says, my name is Casita, and I'm the lead paralegal at Jane Smith Law, and I tried to call you blank, but couldn't reach you, so I left a voicemail. Obviously, you're going to put in the date, but that just makes it easy, so you're only plugging in a couple of things. The name is already going to be provided because they're going to be in the system. Also, the basis of the email is also going to be already here, so all you would need to do is plug in a date and a time, and then you can automatically send this out. Now, if I go into it, you'll see that it's already pre-formatted. So as long as you click on what you want to use to be able to call out the client, you can do first name, you could do prefix and last name, like Mr., Dr., Miss, whatever, and then last name. And then you could set all this up in here with whatever information you want it to have. What I like about Clio Grow is that they already have the sign off already here. So you just have to put it in, and then the username, whoever you're logging in under, is going to be the person that it shows up as sending out this communication. And you can also add an attachment if there was something that you wanted to add to this. Like maybe you wanted them to know if it was in person, you wanted them to know like directions and you want to attach it or something like that. You can do that here. But this will actually save you a great bit of time. Another system that we can go into to look at the very same thing is actually going to be Lawmatics. And with Lawmatics, it's pretty much the same setup, but the difference between Lawmatics and Clio Grow is that you can do it if it's a lead, but you can also do it if it's a matter as well. So if it's a matter and you want to send out like a status update email to the client, you can actually do that. And here's one I already set up. And the subject is already here. I named my email Probate Recorded Successful because I want to be able to quickly find the email as soon as I'm ready to use it. And so you'll see that it has the subject already built out for us, and it has all the details already here. The name of the person that the email is going to go to. It has all the pleasantries there. And for this email, already set it up and put in some of the documents that would have been recorded. I just wanted you to see what it looks like with some information in it, as opposed to putting it as a fully templated email like the one that we did inside of Clio Grow. What I also like about Lawmatics is that you can always send out an email as a test to be able to make sure that it looks the way that you want it to before you actually send it out to a client. All right, and so the last example that I want to show you relating to email templates specifically is going to be the tried and true Microsoft Outlook. And if you are a Microsoft Outlook user, and I'm pretty sure a lot of law firms use Microsoft Outlook, so there is a trick, if you're unfamiliar with it, that you can use today to be able to begin sending out email templates directly from Outlook. This is just a simple email responding to an email that has already come in, and it just saves you time. And to do this from the very beginning, for those of you that are unfamiliar, once you're inside of the inbox, all you need to do is, if it's an email that you're responding to, you can just go ahead and hit reply. By hitting reply, it opens up a new message here, and I'm going to pop it out so that it's opened up and we can look at it directly. And once you're here, all you need to do is make sure that you have your My Templates open, and then you can just click on the template, and then it brings it over for you. You put in your email signature and all of that. I'm sure you probably already have your email signature set up. Mine is not assigned to this account, so it just says Get Outlook for Mac. All right, so that's going to take care of the very first favorite that I have for you. And I just call that my copy and paste email template system. It's easy. It gets you in the swing of getting comfortable with the technology that your firm uses before you get into some of the more heavy lifting things. Now I've got a question for you. Are you still manually tracking deadlines for your cases? Let me know in the comments, because next week I'm diving into how to make your task automation system do the heavy lifting inside your firm's case management system. And hey, if you're loving these kinds of tips and want deeper hands-on training, come join the CasLovesTech Insiders. It's a monthly subscription packed with behind-the-scenes walkthroughs, office hours, and the support you wish your job gave you. As an incentive, the first 40 members who join CasLovesTech Insiders get locked in founder pricing for life. If you would like to hear more information about this, click the link in the description below, and I hope to see you as a CasLovesTech Insider. I'll see you next week in the next video, and until then, continue thriving with your systems. Have an amazing day. Bye.